I'm Laura Tyson. I'm a professor at the University of California at Berkeley. I was invited by the Secretary General of the UN and the high-level panel that he established on women's economic empowerment and gender equality to research and write the panel's first report.
I'm Jeni Klugman, and I've been working with Professor Laura Tyson on writing the first high-level panel report on women's economic empowerment. A year after the passage of the historic Sustainable Development Agenda, which pledged the world community to accelerating progress on a range of fronts, not least women's economic empowerment, it is clear that progress and business as usual is way too slow. And so the centrality of women's economic empowerment to the 2030 Agenda against the progress that we've seen over the past several decades motivates the focus now on women's economic empowerment. The imperative involves several mutually related cases or justifications for the focus on women's economic empowerment. First and foremost is the fact that continuing gaps and disparities in opportunities is a major breach of human rights. The human rights case is central overall to the high-level panel's work. McKinsey and others have shown the potential gains to be enormous. Over 1/4 of global GDP can be realised through closing the gaps. The business case in terms of firm performance and profitability are equally large, and we document those in the report.
The report focuses on gender equality and women's economic empowerment in the area of work. We look at women's paid and unpaid work, and we look at all kinds of work in the formal economy, in the informal economy, in agriculture, in industry. We, with that focus, look at some overarching constraints that affect women in all areas of work, for example, adverse social norms, or the fact that women spend a disproportionate amount of time in household work and care that is unpaid. We then looked at the issue of actors. So, for example, there are many things that the business sector can do as an actor to address gender inequities in promotion, in pay, in recruitment. We looked at the same thing for government. So we identified through our work what we call the 7 basic drivers that require action to break down the constraints limiting women's economic opportunities and gender equality in work. And from those 7 driver areas, we then gave a very large number of examples from around the world, very different country settings, very different levels of development, very different actors, a lot of examples of concrete, proven, or possible actions that can be taken to address the constraints and accelerate progress to women's economic empowerment.
The call to action embodies a series of commitments and actions that have been put together by the high-level panelists themselves. They're demonstrating what can be done to accelerate progress. They're showing that it's feasible and possible today to undertake concrete actions to expand women's economic opportunities and to close gaps.